Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be testing Asda George makeup. Now I managed to only get some of the products, I don't have the whole range. So whatever I am using from here at home, like my own products, I'll be doing that all off camera. And the reason being for that is I just don't want to take away from the products we are testing today. So if you want to see what I did purchase and how they work on the skin, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so here is Tie back, ready to rock and roll. So the first product I have for you here that I managed to pick up was this little palette here. This is their AM to PM palette, and when you open this up, there is a little mirror in this, as you can see just there. I don't want to blind you guys. And when you turn this, this is what you're getting. Now there is two sponge applicators, but one has fallen out, but you all know what's going to happen with them. Bye bye. So these are the shades that you get here. So everything ranging from your neutrals right through to your glams. So your white ivories, then you have your taupes, your golds, and then sort of like your mauvey brown, and then light gold, dark gold, silver, and greys. So everything you need to go from a natural look right up to a really glam look for evening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch those for you and insert them just up here for you so you can see what they look like. And we're going to get right on with creating an eye look. So obviously everything I've done today is I've cleansed, moisturised and primed, and I've also put foundation on, which is the e.l.f. Flawless Foundation, and which I forgot to mention in my last video, that on the back of the bottle it does say to apply 2 hours prior going out in the sun, and also you can reapply it throughout the day because it does have that SPF 15 in there. And also the HD setting powder, the under eye powder that I use from e.l.f., that lasted all day. My under eye didn't crease, so I am thoroughly impressed. So the products that I reviewed in my last video are amazing, and you guys really need to check them out. So what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to start by using a fluffy brush. So I'm just using this one right here. So this is like a Quavange one. I can't remember where I got these. I think it was Amazon. And I'm going to go in there with this very neutral shade down here, and I'm just going to basically put a base down. So let's just start with that. So I've just laid a very thin base down there. You can't really see that I've done anything at all, but it's basically just to give something for the eyeshadows to hold on to. Also, previously to that, I primed my eyes with the Avon eye primer, just in beige. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this matte shade right here. So this is more of like your mauvey brown we've got going on. And I'm just going to place that into the crease. Just bringing it to the outer corner. Same with the other eye. So that's just one. I would say I'm going to need to go in again. Okay, so as far as that colour goes, it's not extremely pigmented. There's not a lot to it. That is 2 layers of that colour we've got on my eye, and you can see it, but it's not ultra amazing. So I'm going to stick with this fluffy brush at the, actually, no I'm not. I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to go for my flat edge brush because I want to get right into the crease. So this is the flat one that I have here, and I'm going to start taking this silver right here, and I'm going to start placing that in the corner, working out. A little bit of fallout from the silver. So I basically used that flat edge to get right into the crease, and I'm just going to start bringing that out. So it's creating sort of a wing look there. What I will say is the silver colour is very pigmented, which is really nice. And it is a nice shade. So once I've put it into the crease, I'm just then going to pull it out. So again, I've got a wing. Now what I want to do with that is I'm going to take a blending brush from my Real Techniques and I'm going to blend those lines out because I want seamless lines. Okay, so now that we've done that, what I'm going to then go in with is this deep dark colour here. So it's like black, but it's got speckles of glitter through it. And I'm just going to place that on the outer corners and then we're going to smoke that in. And for that, I'm going to use a domed round brush just so I can place it precisely where I want it, because I'm not going to need, that's not even my domed brush. This is my domed brush. So I'm just going to pick a little bit of that up on the brush ever so slightly just to sort of coat the tip. And then I'm just going to go in right on that edge of the corner and just pack that on in a V shape. So we've just got a bit of colour on each side, and then I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush to again smoke that out. Okay, then for the inner corners and the lid, I'm going to go in with this really shimmery gold just down here, and I'm just going to place that on the lid, and I'm going to use my flat edged brush for this, and we're just going to go in there and pack that on the eye. Okay, and then again I'm just using my Real Techniques brush and I'm just going to bring those colours together. Okay, so now that that's done, generally what I would do is put some gel liner on just to give it a bit of something. So I'm going to go do that off camera and I'll be back to finish this off. Okay guys, so back with some liner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of that silver and just put it under the lash line, and then I'm going to take some of the darker colour and again just apply that in the corners and smoke that out. So I'm just using a very flat edged brush from Bourbon, and I'm just going to dip that into the silver and just brush that along. And the same for the other eye. And then I'm going to take that dark black with the speckles of glitter and just pop that on the very outer corner because I'm just going to smoke that along. And sometimes what I like to do is once I've applied it with my flat edge, I like to go in there with my little round. It just gets right into that corner. Almost touching your liner if you like. And then I'm just going to use my Real Techniques and just smoke that along. Okay, so that is the eye look completely. The only thing left to do is mascara, but I'll pop that on at the very end. So yeah, I would say I'm liking this palette, especially sort of your darker colours. So even the golds and the silvers and the black, they are all really pigmented and they blend really well. You get a little bit of fallout from the silver shade, but nothing too major. I would say the lighter colours of the palette are a bit of a letdown, but hey, you can work with it. So for £6, I would say this is okay, this is fine. I quite like this palette. Okay, so the next thing we're going to move on to is our blush and highlight. But before I do that for you guys, I'm going to apply just a little bit of bronzer. And again, I'm going to do that off camera because I don't have an Asda George bronzer. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so we are back. And this is the blush and highlight set right here. So I'm just going to go in there and apply some of this blush and we'll see how we go. So the only way I could describe this is quite a candy floss pink. So kind of just coats your brush and no more. It's just giving my cheeks ever slightly a flush colour. It's not bad. I would say it just gives you the most subtle flush of colour, just gives you a little bit of rosiness to your cheeks. It's probably not something that I would use every day. It's maybe not just for me. I prefer something a little bit different, maybe a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more depth if you like. But it would be okay if you're going for a really minimal, no makeup look. This would be ideal. I would say it's very finely milled. It is a nice texture. I would just say it's maybe just not the shade that I prefer. So moving on to highlight. So we've got the highlight right next to this blush here. I'm going to just grab my, wherever I've put it, I see it. Okay, back again guys. So just grabbing my highlight brush and I'm just going to pop that in there like that, as I would do. This is actually a very strange highlight. This is actually coming off a pink iridescent colour. So very, very strange indeed. Yeah, it's coming off pink iridescent on my cheeks. It's not a horrible colour and it's not something you couldn't work with. It's just not for me. I'm quite disappointed, to be honest. I mean, when you see it in the pack, you expect it to come off like a white highlighter, but it's just not. It's coming off on the cheek a pink iridescent. I don't even know if you guys can make that out on camera, but right here it is more pink than it is white. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm going to do a couple of swatches for you here so you can see. So that's the two right there. This is obviously your highlight, and yet on the finger it looks quite white. But when you're brushing it onto the cheek, it's just coming off a little pinky. The blush is quite nice, just a subtle flush of colour. The highlight I'm a bit disappointed in. I really don't like the pinky look highlight. It works for some people, it's just not for me. And this might work for some of you guys, it's just not doing it for me. So this came in at £4, and for me, it's a bust. I'm not really keen on it at all. So let's move on to our next product. Now my next product, which I almost forgot about here, is this little eyeliner here. So I picked this up in blue because you know what, I don't have a blue eyeliner. I have one from Avon that's Starry Night, but I would say that was more of a very dark navy compared to like a blue. So when you open this lid up, it is just one of your twisty pencils, and as you can see there. So I'm just going to do a little swatch of this on the back of my hand right there. So that is the shade Your Again. So I'm just going to apply some of that now to let you know if it's scratchy or if it's nice and smooth, because the silver will kind of tie in with this kind of blue. So I'm just going to lean in a little closer. So I'm sorry if I kind of go out of focus. Okay, so that has tied in really well with the silver look we've got going on. I really like how it looks in the eye. It's not too dark, so it's not closing off my eye a huge amount, which is nice. And it wasn't too scratchy on the eye either. It was okay to go on. It was nice. If I'm being honest, it wasn't the smoothest pencil I've used on my eye. I would even go as far as saying my Avon Glimmer sticks are just far nicer to put on the eye. But this was £2.75, and for £2.75, the colour is just lovely. It's just giving that really nice hue of blue in my eye and just kind of tying in with the look we've got. And at the bottom, I've also noticed that when you pull this off, this is your little sharpener as well. So when you're getting to the end, you could sharpen up the pencil with this, and that just pops into the bottom as well. So £2.75, can't really complain. Twisty eyeliner, and this is sort of the blue, and it is just a beautiful colour of blue. So the next two products I have are lip products. So this is what we've got here. And these are both mattes. I've got them upside down. Start again. So these are both matte lippies, and I've got the shades number 3 Luscious and number 5 Idolise. So these are what they look like on the bottom there. Now, something that is highly quirky and I absolutely love are these. You just press and the lipstick comes out. So when they're in your handbag, they're not going to fall out and damage the lipsticks. So this is what we're getting here. So this one is number 3 Luscious. So a really nice pinky purpley. Does have like a purple undertone. Just a really nice summertime look. So I'm going to apply that to my lips first. I'm not using lip liner because I want to give you the full effect of what this does. So there we have it. That is a really nice colour. Just gives a nice hint of colour to the lips and kind of ties in again with what we've got going. If you want to keep it more natural and summery, then this colour is ideal. Feels really nice on the lips, feels really lightweight, and it is a nice consistency on the lips. Slightly harder to apply, not hard as in it's really difficult, just slightly harder to apply on the lip, and that's because of the matte finish. Now, two ways you could work that. You can either put like a lip balm or lip oil on your lips beforehand, or just hold your lipstick in your hand to kind of warm it up a little and then apply, and then that'll be you. It'll work great. But as you can see, it looks fab on the lips and feels really hydrating too. So I really like this one, and like I said to you, I just really love the quirkiness of these lipsticks that you've got to press to get the lippy out. I absolutely love that. Okay guys, so next one is Idolise, number 5, and again, same thing. Push that up like that, and you bring this out. So the colour you're getting is this one right here, so more like a really deep raspberry colour. So I'm just going to place that next to the one there. So yeah, as you can see, a really nice, deep, rich raspberry cranberry colour. I absolutely love this. So again, I'm just going to do the same thing with this lip colour. Wow. Okay, so that is that colour. Look how gorgeous this colour is. Isn't it amazing? I absolutely love that. It's so nice, and it works again really well with the eye that we've got. Feels amazing on the lips. I have to say, it feels really hydrating and moisturising. This one went on a little easier than the lighter colour did. It's just so nice. I'm really liking the colour of this lip. This probably is my favourite out of the two. But I like both of them, and they both feel great on the lips. I have to say, this one I would say just feels a little bit more hydrating than the pinker one, but they both feel just lovely. So guys, that is everything we're testing. I'm just going to take my hair down so you can see how this look comes together. Okay, so hair is down. I am loving what we've created with these products, and I have to say the eyes are looking fabby. The only product I really didn't like was this blush and strobing kit, highlight kit. I amn't a fan of this, I have to say. I just don't like it. The blush doesn't really give enough definition to my cheeks. It just gives the slightest flush of colour. So I would pass on this. I mean, give it a go, guys, and see what you think, because what doesn't work for me might work for you. But for me, it's a bust. But the eyeshadows are amazing. I mean, especially as you get into the darker colours, even like your golds, they work really, really well, and they all blend in really, really well. And not much fallout, I would say. The worst that I got was probably from the silver colour I've got on my eye. That there was a bit more fallout there. But other than that, the eyeshadow palette is amazing. The lipsticks are fab. I absolutely love them, and they're £4 a piece, so they're not expensive. And the eyeliner, again, I really, really like the colour of the eyeliner. So there you have it. So guys, if you have liked everything you have saw today, then please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do now, because that would help me out a ton. So until the next video, guys, you take care, and we shall see you soon. Bye.